Hi. I just want to address a few more things about this National Defense Authorization Act. Someone brought to my attention a signed statement that President Obama made about the bill on December 31st. After signing the National Defense Authorization Act, the President's statement said that certain provisions that regulate the detention, interrogation, and prosecution of terrorism suspects had caused some concerns, and that the legislation does nothing more than confirm the authorities that the federal court has recognized as lawful under the 2001 AUMF, that's Authorization for Use of Military Force. And I want to clarify that my administration will not authorize the indefinite detention by the military without trial of American citizens. Okay? Basically, he's saying there that, yes, there were provisions in there that related to the detention of terrorism suspects, and that this legislation does nothing more now than, confirm authorities that are already in play. And under no circumstances will my administration accept or adhere to a rigid across-the-board requirement for military detention. The amendments to the bill clearly stated that United States citizens are not applicable to this law. We're not covered persons under this legislation here. The American Civil Liberties Union apparently feels that there is still some cause for concern. The statute contains a sweeping worldwide indefinite detention provision without temporal or geographic limitations, and can be used by this and future presidents for military detainment of people captured far from the battlefield. And the breadth of the NDAA's detention authority violates international law because it's not limited to people captured in the context of an actual armed conflict as required by the laws of war. Apparently the American Civil Liberties Union did not read the amendments to the bill. I'll read the first part of the bill here for you that had caused concern. That was the affirmation for authority for the armed forces of the United States to detain covered persons pursuant to the authorization for use of military force, blah, blah, blah. These are covered persons. A person who has planned, authorized, committed, or aided the terrorist attacks that occurred on September 11, 2001, or harbored those responsible for the attacks. That's pretty clear. Or any person who was a part or substantially supported Al-Qaeda, meaning monetary support, or material support, financial, weapons, so on and so forth, the Taliban, or associated forces that are engaged in hostilities against the United States, or its coalition partners, including any person who has committed a belligerent act or has directly supported such hostilities in aid of such enemy forces. Okay, so hostilities. Hostilities is anything that would apply to the laws of war. So yeah, the limitations are clearly set right there. And I like the word belligerent right there. I'm sure a lot of people are going to assume that that means belligerently wandering around in the streets, ranting and raving about the war in Iraq. That's not what belligerent means. Belligerent means any state that is currently at war, or any members of that military of that state that are currently at war with you. So, and once again, I'll just go ahead and go back over those amendments to this bill, just so everybody's clear on that. Nothing in this section, Section 1021 of the National Defense Authorization Act, nothing in this section is limited or is intended to limit or expand the authority of the President or the scope of the authorization for military use. And the authorities of this bill, nothing in this section shall be construed to affect existing law or authorities relating to the detention of United States citizens, lawful resident aliens of the United States, or any other persons who are captured or arrested in the United States. So, I'm not even going to read Section 1022 because it doesn't apply to United States citizens. It's military custody for foreign Al-Qaeda terrorists. So, if you're not a U.S. national and are a foreign Al-Qaeda terrorist, then, yeah, this bill pertains to you. It does. But if you're just everyday Joe Schmo that wants to criticize the war in Iraq or even the administration for their oppressive and overbearing actions throughout the world, you're not covered persons under this bill. So, once again, if there's any other further citation that anybody wants to offer to dispute what I'm saying here, please, by all means, I would like to see it. I want to see it. This is important stuff. So, please, if you can provide proper citation, I'll check it out. Thank you.